Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And unless the footage is beguiling you somehow, today we are talking about FIFA 18. You don't have to have played the previous 17. Ha ha ha, there's the joke. But it does help. Anyhow.
So it's not like the Madness of King George, which, unfortunately, American audiences wouldn't go and see the Madness of George III because they hadn't seen the Madness of George I or George II.
Yeah, basically. I've got to preface this a little bit, though, and say that the last one I played was FIFA 16, and I have to admit that that's probably the healthiest way to play a game like this.
Give it a year gap.
Yeah, because if you're playing it year after year after year, you get kind of... I've seen this on other reviews and other services and other sort of bits of commentary and forums and comments threads, how people are incredibly unforgiving when it comes to sort of franchised sports games because they play every year and they don't give a title enough breathing room to really appreciate it. But this is the point I want to come back to later on in this. So,
well, maybe if
put a bookmark in that,
yeah,
and we'll come back to it.
Maybe if they alternated, so they play FIFA one year and then PES the next year.
Oh, it's franchise allegiance with this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
But in coming to it, it's like repeating the same the footnotes from PES as it is with FIFA. And the big takeaway from PES, if you click in the top right of the screen now, you can get a review of that. But the big footnote from that was basically it plays better than it ever has, but it has an awful lot of lack of stuff to do with the game. In the case of FIFA, it both plays better than it ever has and just the same as it ever has.
So, okay, that's kind of an oxymoron. You're going to have to explain a bit more. Yeah.
Well, the thing that's always been apparent with FIFA is there's a lack of substance to your player in the pitch. I might be saying that a little bit wordily, but what I mean in that is it feels kind of glidey. There's no real... You don't feel like you're connected to the ground.
Oh, okay. I was getting worried there because I created a character based on me in one of the FIFA games, and I'm very sure there was substance.
Everything was 99. Everything was 99, yeah.
Everything was 99, including the height and the width.
Oh dear. But my point is, it just feels like you're running around on an ice rink again.
Ah, right. Yeah, I know that feeling.
And historically, that's always been FIFA's problem.
I think that's one of the reasons why PES feels more satisfying to play.
Yeah, but in every other aspect, it's every bit the equal of PES.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. PES, when you get onto the pitch, it actually feels like your characters, the players actually have some substance, to use your words.
Some weight in the world, yeah.
Some weight in the world, yeah. But that makes it very satisfying to actually play the game.
Yeah, but on that note,
yeah,
if FIFA took that sense of a character having weight, I think it'd outdo PES in the gameplay stakes.
Yeah, but didn't they try that with FIFA 16?
I don't know. It's a long time ago. I can't remember. And again, that's the best way to play it. But my point is, all the movements of the characters feels better in this one. In past FIFAs, you've had to be quite brilliant at passing, which I am. Very, very good with the shoulder button tricks.
Are you sure you're brilliant at passing? Because I've seen you play.
Well, yeah, I am.
Mr. Goalkeeper.
You see me play now, yeah. But my point is, if in this one, it's much better at allowing you to run with the ball.
Right.
For somebody who plays in a largely passing style, it's easier to move around with the ball than ever before, which, again, to go back to the run around an ice thing, I think if they did tighten that up, it would be damn brilliant.
So you're playing the passing game, so do you dribble a lot?
Well, not really, but the game has afforded me the opportunity and the ability to do that because of the way it's subtly being rebalanced.
Sorry, I just realised just how bad that question sounded.
Yeah, and my point, it's much better, I think. There's little nuanced touches like different styles of running for different natures of players. So short players don't run the same as tall players.
Yeah.
And there's variations on that. It's not just tall or short, there's two variants. But Never noticed it. Not
Really?
once. I mean, it's just a sort of surface thing, which nobody really asked for, but it's there and it doesn't add anything. I mean, it's basically unnoticeable unless you are really, really paying attention to every little animation.
Okay, so the difference
I mean, the
is...
sort of people... Well, just put it this way. The sort of people who can notice by looking the difference between 720p and 1080p, that level of person will notice. But the general normal person who just plays the game to play the game won't notice those little touches.
Okay, but those touches are there, though.
As well as the different type of running for different physicalities of play, there's also another thing. It is, again, style over substance. Oh, what style? Basically, each stadium of a specific size will have sort of personality put into it. So, like ticker tape parades in South America, and a much more universal thing is the crowd and team chants, which, for want of a better word, is brilliant. Sort of have localised chants. So, Middlesbrough sing about being the best team in the world. Come on, Borough. Those sorts of chants. I'm not going to go further as to reveal myself and my utter lack of live football. But you get the point. It has these chants and it's personalised in a way which I don't think anything else ever has been. And it just makes it feel like real football, which is just so cool. I think the better addition in the gameplay is the substitute system, where if a player is injured or tired, it'll have R2 pop down in the bottom right-hand corner with the player in question, and it'll give you a recommended sub to just substitute somebody in-game rather than having to go into the player management option. Okay,
that's a lot better because that prevents breaking the floor.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to do it, but
yeah,
it does. It's more often than not very well considered, which I like a great deal. But yeah, it plays a lot better, but it's also unique. It's still FIFA.
Okay.
That's frank.
So, okay, we've got to get to the important thing then. Manager.
Well, that is the important thing, because there's two types of FIFA players. There's manager mode players and there's Ultimate Team players. I want nothing to do with Ultimate Team, so if you watch this video wanting to know something about Ultimate Team, I am sorry, but I will not play that mode on the pure principle of it being just kind of weird, and it's designed around card collecting, and I don't think that's the best way to play a game like this.
See, that's the reason why I don't play Ultimate Team, is because I've gone through the whole card collecting thing already.
Yeah, it was called Premiership sticker books when you're in primary school and secondary school.
No. For me, being like a hardened geek. Obviously it was things like Magic the Gathering, and yes, I did dabble in Pokemon cards and stuff like that. Never Yu-Gi-Oh though. Yu-Gi-Oh's like crack, don't touch it.
With it being football, I think keeping with the football stickers on the playground is more of relevance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I like manager mode better because, like I was saying in the pairs game, it's pretty much the same mode it's been for, well, the past decade with like subtle nuances. And like long-time FIFA players, which comes back to my point of you shouldn't play this every year, I've been saying it's largely the same deal on FIFA Manager Mode. But I disagree, because Manager Mode has all these wonderful touches. It has like a world of football out there, which for a player who is brought up on the old Master League, where you basically had to buy like really young players and get them before they became good, and sort of operated a sort of Arsene Wenger style manager. This sort of global scale is absolutely wonderful. I'll be honest.
Okay. With the manager mode, the last time I played manager mode properly on FIFA, they introduced this really good scout system.
That's still there.
Is that still there?
But I think the problem with the scout system is it doesn't let you dabble in the transfer market really all that effectively without scouting.
Yeah.
And I assume there's a little level of accuracy in real world football with that, but at the same time, it's a little bit frustrating when you haven't got a lot of time and you just want to like shore up that one position in your team.
So, do you hit the transfer market a lot? Because I remember I used to just keep checking the transfer market, and I got some godly transfers, free transfers.
Yeah. But there's big additions this year. The main one is the negotiation system, which when you want to buy a player or put a bid in, it'll take you to this scene of in a manager's office, and there's 10 different faces for managers and coaches and scouts. So when you're looking at it in isolation, you think, wow, this scout literally represents everybody in Europe. He must be really busy. This scout represents everybody in South America or Asia. It's wow, he must be rolling in the cash. And as much of a good idea it is on paper, sort of going through this process of negotiating, none of it is actually spoken. It's all through sort of text on screen.
Okay.
And also, it's really slow, so you'll end up skipping it all the time. So at the end of the day, it's better idea on paper than it is in actuality, because like I say, you keep on skipping it because it's so slow. So slow.
Okay.
I think if they adopted it in a more sort of JRPG talking head style, cutscene style, if you know what I mean.
I do.
I think that would work much better for it.
See, I actually would love to see something like that in manager mode, where you have certain things in kind of a JRPG skill tree type manner. So you could be a new manager taking over a club. You've got no history to you whatsoever. So say every time you win a cup, or every time you win, you win the league, or something like that, it's like you level up. And so you can increase things like your negotiation skills, your skills at managing the players, the respect of that the players have for you, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would be nice. But that would be interesting to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Yeah, so manager mode is much better than Master League, which is its main competition for the style of player that I am.
Yeah.
And also, its additions just kill momentum, which is a little bit annoying, but the mini-games are still there, and I love the mini-games.
Yeah.
Long live the mini-game. You don't miss them until you don't have them in front of you. But the big sort of pull, like promotional pull for FIFA, besides having the Ultimate Team, is the journey.
Yeah.
Now, I'll put this out front. I've never played the original Journey on FIFA 17, but I would happily play a game of this. Because it is just sort of player manager mode, but you don't manage the team as well.
Mm.
You just go through the career of one man for a season or more, And it humanises players in a way which I don't think any other style of video game can. Nobody should ever tell Rio Ferdinand or Cristiano Ronaldo look an act. Let's just get that down.
Okay.
But it just makes it much more real. It makes the world of football feel much more lived in than just a bunch of stats on screen or whatever. And it's just such a game changer as far as the sports games come. I know that other games have them. I know EA's Madden title has a story mode. But the whole concept of a story mode in a sports game, and the way that EA are putting a lot of power behind it, they're putting systems in from the RPGs that have been put out by BioWare, so like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. So like the dialogue options and karma systems. It's not karma system on this. It's cool or fiery. It just gives life to something which is as old as games itself, and that is the sports game. I become almost an instant fan of it, which is really quite cool, I think. I mean, on paper it sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's really, really good, I think.
Okay, excellent.
So yeah, I really, really like FIFA. It's hard to dislike, but I don't think it pushes forward quite enough in some of its key innovations.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about a year turnover from one game to the next.
Yeah, but this is what's coming down to the point that I was hitting at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think, let's say FIFA 19.
Yeah.
Release FIFA 19, but don't release a FIFA 20. Release a subscription model where when the new season comes around, you pay £20 and you'll stay up to date.
I think
with all of the, it's like that sort of system.
Yeah. I think we actually mentioned this when we reviewed FIFA 2016, or FIFA 16, I should say, a couple of years back. We actually mentioned that a subscription model was something that would probably work, and it would be easy to implement with EA's capabilities.
Yeah.
And we were surprised that they haven't started doing that already.
Yeah, because they could also, like, you can put, there's the accusations of microtransactions, but that's not what I'm supposing. But I think that's another conversation for another time.
Yeah.
But basic gist of what I'm getting at here is, it's FIFA, and FIFA is always be FIFA, but every year it's sort of a refining of the diamond making process.
Yeah.
So it's always a little bit better in some key way. And people who are watching this who are hardcore FIFA fans who played this for years and saying, you don't know what you're talking about, Rob, you're full of rubbish. Well, yeah, maybe I am. But compare what FIFA has and the package that it presents with that which the competition presents. And the competition presents just a good, 90-minute football game. It doesn't give you anything outside of that.
Well,
in the stuff outside, in that very little, but in the stuff outside of that, FIFA excels.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant game with a pretty good football game underneath. And I think that is where FIFA is really sort of pushing forward.
Well, yeah, I mean, there were so many people I know, including myself, who, with the mini-games, for example, would spend more time playing the mini-games than the actual game itself.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. But yeah, that's FIFA 18. And if you agree or disagree or whatever, comment below. If you agree, if you want to reminisce about how you could score from the wing on the arm on FIFA 97, then do that. But thank you for watching. Click on the like, click on the subscribe, click on some of the links that are on screen now to some other videos that you're doing, including EGX coverage. But also you can support us on Patreon with a link on screen. But until next time, I've been Rob.
And I've been Rob.
Thanks for watching.